Hello, everybody. I'm Peter the Booklover, and this is Movie Talk. This is where I talk about the movies I've recently seen, and this one's kind of interesting. This is Santa Fe Trail. This is Movie Talk episode number 31, and we're going to talk about this movie. So let's talk about it. Hello, everybody. I'm Peter the Booklover, and I have a channel to where I talk about the books I read and the movies that I watch, and I have a good time doing it. Hopefully, you'll have a good time as well. And in this episode, I'm going to talk about Santa Fe Trail. This is a movie starring Errol Flynn and Ronald Reagan, and this is a pretty interesting movie, and we're going to talk about it. But before I get into the movie, I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you for giving me your time. It means a lot to me. Thank you. So, this is Santa Fe Trail. This movie came out December 28, 1940. And before I tell you what this movie is about, I'm going to go over the cast and the director of this movie. Now, the thing about it is, this is one of my favorite parts about doing this, is because I learn a lot from doing this. So, just to let you know, this is one of my favorite parts of doing this. So this is directed by Michael Curtiz, and this guy has done a lot of great movies. He's done the movie King Creole, and this is an Elvis Presley movie, and I really enjoyed this quite a bit. The music in it is my favorite part of this movie, and I really enjoyed this movie quite a bit. Plus, it was a decent story. You know, Elvis Presley made some great movies when he was making movies. His music is fantastic as well. Okay, then he also directed the classic Casablanca. Casablanca is a fantastic movie. I really love it. It's Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman and Claude Rains, and it's a fantastic movie. It's got a beautiful song in it, and I really love that movie a lot. It's a beautiful black and white movie, and I really enjoy it. Please don't mind the cat. I have a cat in heat right now, and she can't help it. And I forgive her because she just can't help it. So please forgive the cat that's in heat. So we have Dodge City. And Dodge City was a pretty interesting movie. And I did a review of that already. So if you want to go, you can check that out. But that was a pretty good Errol Flynn movie. It's one of the few westerns that I've ever seen Errol Flynn in. Then this guy also directed a James Cagney movie. This was Angels with Dirty Faces, and I really enjoyed James Cagney a lot, and this was a pretty good James Cagney movie. And I also had Humphrey Bogart in this movie as well. And it was a pretty interesting movie, and I enjoyed it a lot. And he also directed the classic, The Adventures of Robin Hood. And this is an Errol Flynn movie, and it's one of my favorite Errol Flynn movies. And it's one of my favorite versions of Robin Hood. Okay, so we're going to go over the cast of this movie. The first character that I'm going to talk about is Jeb Stuart, and this was played by Errol Flynn. Now, Errol Flynn has a very interesting career. He's made a lot more movies than this, but these are the movies that I'm familiar with that he's done. He did the movie Edge of Darkness, which was a movie that I can't remember very clearly, but it was a movie I remember enjoying quite a bit. And I was surprised by his performance in this. It's a World War II movie, and I remember enjoying it quite a bit. Although I haven't seen it in a while, and I want to actually see that again to refresh my memory. Then he also made a movie called Died with Their Boots On. And this is a movie about Colonel Armstrong Custard. And it's a very good movie. I've seen this movie many times, and I really enjoyed it. I believe it's not completely accurate as far as historically wise, but it was still a fantastic movie. I love it. He also starred in the movie Dodge City, and I mentioned that earlier, and this was a pretty good Western. I enjoyed it. It was kind of surprising, And I had a good time watching it. I've done a review on this, so you can check that out if you want to find out more about that. And I enjoyed it. It was a good Western. And then he also starred in the movie The Adventures of Robin Hood. And like I said, this is one of my favorite versions of Robin Hood. Although my second favorite is probably the one that Disney made with the fox. And I really love that version of Robin Hood as well. And I've read the story of Robin Hood. It's not one of my favorite, but I still enjoyed the movies and the cartoon. And the second character that I'm going to talk about is the person that plays George Armstrong Custer. And that is Ronald Reagan. Now, Ronald Reagan apparently made a lot of movies, but the only thing that I know him from is when he became president of the United States. He was the 40th president of the United States. That's where I know him from. And I also remember him being mentioned in the movie Back to the Future when he said, if you're from 1985, who was the president in 1985? And he goes, Ronald Reagan. He's like, the actor? You're out of your mind, or something like that. But I really like that scene in Back to the Future. And I plan on watching more movies with Ronald Reagan in it. And it's kind of funny. Both him and Errol Flynn both played George Armstrong Custer, which is pretty interesting. And then the next character that I'm going to talk about is the person that played John Brown. And this is Raymond Massey. And this guy does a fantastic performance in this movie. And he was in one other movie that I'm familiar with, and that is Arsenic and Old Lace. And this was a great comedy that I enjoyed quite a bit. And he did a fantastic performance in that movie. Made me laugh quite a few times. He was kind of scary in that movie as well. But I like this actor a lot, and I look forward to watching more movies with him in it. And the next character that I'm going to talk about is Radar, or Raider. And this is played by Van Heflin. And this guy actually starred in a movie that I really, really enjoyed a lot, Shane. And the thing about this movie, it's based on a book, and the book is fantastic. It's one of my favorite Western books that I've read so far. And the only one that I like more than Shane is Lonesome Dove, and that is a fantastic Western. But I also enjoyed Shane a lot as well. Really wonderful Western. I highly recommend reading that. And then the next character that I'm going to talk about is an actress that plays Kit Carson. And this is played by Olivia de Havilland. And she is a great actress. She's in a lot of Errol Flynn movies. She was also in They Died with Their Boots On. And she does a great performance as being Colonel Custard's wife. And I really love her performance in that, especially when they first meet. I highly recommend that movie if you haven't seen it. She was also in the movie Gone with the Wind, which is a fantastic book and a fantastic movie. I love it. It's a very beautiful movie, and it's a very interesting movie. A long movie, but a fantastic one. I really enjoyed that a lot. Gone with the Wind is a movie that's definitely worth your time. And then she also starred in Dodge City as the love interest for Errol Flynn in that movie. And yeah, like I said, that was a great Western, and I enjoyed it. And then she was also in The Adventures of Robin Hood. And like I said, I really enjoyed that movie quite a bit. And she did a great performance in that as well. And then the last actor that I'm going to talk about is the person that plays Tex Bell. And that is played by Alan Hale. And he also starred in Dodge City. And he also starred in the Adventures of Robin Hood. And I loved his performance in both these movies. As a matter of fact, in Dodge City, he actually was one of my favorite characters in that movie. So that's the whole cast. And so now let me talk about this movie. Now, this movie is really about John Brown. And the thing about John Brown is that he had a great cause. He was a person that wanted to abolish slavery, which is an awesome cause. You know, I really can get behind that. But the thing about him was that he went about it in the wrong ways. And he wound up really not having a good ending of this movie because of the way that he went about doing things. It did not turn out well for him. And maybe it would have turned out better for him if he would have had different methods of fighting slavery and racism. See, the thing about it is Dr. Martin Luther King did one of the best fights against racism. He did it in the right way. You know, actually a lot of people love him. Even there's a lot of people that would, love Dr. Martin Luther King because he did things in the right way, and it was really hard to fight against that. Now, if Dr. Martin Luther King would have been vile in any way, he wouldn't have been so effective. But he did a great job, and John Brown would have done better if he would have not done the things that he did, the way that he did them. But yes, I find this movie interesting, and I enjoyed this quite a bit. I watched this because I was familiar with a lot of the actors in this movie, and actresses as well. And I enjoyed this quite a bit, but this is not something that I highly recommend, but if you get a chance to see it, I think it's worth your time. It's a pretty good movie. And so I recommend it, but not strongly. And now I'm going to give you my rating of this movie, and that is a 6 out of 10. And the thing about it is, that means it's a movie that I would recommend, but it's not high on my list. So there you go. Santa Fe Trail. That's about it. So I'm Peter the Book Lover. I want to thank you for coming by. If you like the video, I'm happy about that. And please do me a favor and hit the like button. It means a lot to me. If you have any questions or comments about this movie or any other questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. It's one of my favorite things of doing this. And if you subscribe to my channel, hopefully you're having a good time with my videos. I try my best at making these as well as I can, but they're far from perfect. But if you haven't subscribed, please do me a favor, subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me to have your subscription. I make 2 videos a week, and I try to make them the best that I can. But that's very far from perfect. So that's about it. I want to thank you for coming by, and I hope to see you in the next video.